Okay, so I'm here in Norrköping, quite small town in the middle of Sweden, and I'm here with the guys from the band Nexus, and we're gonna do an interview.
No. It's Nestor, not Nexus. Nestor.
Nexus. With Nexus, and they got.
These days, there's no. But somehow we know wasn't meant to last. How can we forget these days? Fading like you said. But somehow we knew wasn't meant to last.
Tell us what happened approximately 2 years ago.
Well, 2 years ago, I think you're thinking about like almost 4 years ago, 2019 actually.
Ah, well, okay, so we would
Yeah.
have to go back that far.
That far.
Okay, okay.
If you're asking specifically about 2 years ago, I can tell you that as well. But I'm thinking that you're thinking about 4 years ago. Anyways, 2019. I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a pandemic going on in the world.
Yeah, we heard about it. Yes.
Yeah, and that pandemic hit us as well. And I was sitting at home playing my piano, and I got this. Well, if I start with this, start by saying that I played the piano, and for some reason I ended up playing only 80s songs, like, Here I Go Again on My Own, all that kind of, Carry, I wanna lay you down on the bed. Anyways.
Okay.
And I got this idea that, we started this band like back in 1989, as, teenagers at that time, and we never, it didn't really happen back in those days, but I got this idea that wouldn't it be nice to kind of get the band together and walk into a kind of a time machine and go back to 1989 and make that album that we didn't have the skills or possibility to make now. So I called them up and said, because we've always been friends, we've always been in contact.
So have you been in contact since?
Yeah, we have been in
since
contact.
like the early 90s.
Since the early 90s, yes. And we, I guess because we're friends, we always, during I think Christmas time when everyone's visiting our hometown, we always ended up in some rehearsing space doing the old songs and stuff like that. So we've always been in contact.
Since the 90s?
Yeah, maybe we skipped 1 year or 2 years, but we always been in contact, and and both Marcus and Johnny, we've been playing together for different kind of constellations and stuff like that. So
yeah.
No, so I called them up and said, what do you think about this? That album that we didn't have the skills or possibilities to make back in 1989, should we make that album now? And they were like, hell yeah!
Hell no!
Hell no!
Call the police. Call the fire squad or anyone. Or get me a priest. I'm a lost child on the run.
For the fans out there, I think that 90% of the fans out there think that this band started at like 2021.
Yeah.
But it actually started in 1989.
Yeah.
I mean, so you had for how many years for how many years were you active?
Back in the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
I think we broke up. We never broke up.
1996-ish was the breakup point where we.
It was actually not a breakup. It was a pause.
It was
definitely a long pause. Yeah, of course.
But that was. We've spoken about this before, but we think the reasons are many reasons, of course.
Yeah.
But some of the reasons are that we started growing up, getting girlfriends, thinking about a real fucking life, maybe. Yeah, I was going into the army, and it was either that, going with the band, maybe going to jail, or going to the army. So
refuse the army, go into jail, that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
But a big thing that happened that really was, I think, like the making of the band breaking up was that our old manager Roger died.
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
He died.
It was a bit of a
tragic and fast.
Okay.
Totally out of the blue, and that made us maybe lose the sense of direction. Our compass was gone.
Okay.
A guy that was an adult that helped us to channel all the fucking energy we had.
The manager, basically. Yeah. So he was a big reason for that.
Yeah. But he died like 90. I'm not sure.
95, I think.
But if you go back to the 90s then, I mean, comparing to now, we're talking 2023, this is the last gig of the Illusion tour. What's the difference between Nestor at 1995 and Nestor at 2023?
The ability to survive this.
I should say, like, if you say, like, what is the difference? What is not a difference?
Yeah.
Everything is totally different.
Okay.
But I think the main thing back in the 90s, or let me put it this way, what's similar now to then is that we still have the big ambition and vision and wanting to do something special, and we want to stand out and want to make a mark, so to speak. So I think that's the things that we kept from these times. But apart from that, nothing.
And it feels like an illusion. And it feels like an illusion. 1989. I wish that I could turn back to when I used to call you mine. 'Cause you will always be a part of me. 1989.
Knowing you guys since you had this reunion thing a couple of years ago, you are by far the most humble and most, great guys I've ever met in this industry.
Oh, wow. Thank
Well,
you.
you're fucking amazing. Every time we talk to you, it's on the phone or interview, everything. It's just amazing.
Hi guys.
Uh,
det fint.
But if you go back to like a couple of years ago when you say you started writing and music and everything, could you even, in like this small sense, could you even think that this was going to happen?
Well, I think the most obvious answer would be no. But I have to say that when
Well, I know that you're a perfectionist, so.
No, but I think, as I said, the most obvious answer would be no, we couldn't, we couldn't believe that this was going to happen. But if you do something and you stay true to your heart, and I've been working with music all my life, so for me it's not the a big thing to record a song or write a song. But when we started to do this, we all felt like we fucking love this, and if we love it, maybe you love it,
Well,
so
we do.
The answer is, to be honest, well, there was some parts of us that actually believed that this could actually happen. But on the other hand, when we're standing there like tonight, sold out, the whole tour has been sold out, it's a bit, we have to pinch ourselves because it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Because this is actually the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
since you released On the Run, since we heard it the first time a couple of years ago, I mean, you've had a trip that it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
And
So I
tonight-
changed my answer. It's yes. We couldn't believe it.
It has to be, yes, definitely.
start.
But if we talk about writing the music, and you say you've been working with music yourself, how many of the guys in the band that has been, playing music since then? If you take from 95, 96 when you stopped playing, has all the guys been playing? Have you been playing?
Yeah, I think all of the guys have been playing, but in different degrees and in different kind of scenes. Of course, Tobias been playing on world scenes. I've been playing in fucking basements with my bands, but I've been playing a lot and writing music, even if it's not a copy paste of the music we're writing now. But I think the love for music is also a big factor that combines us and it's the glue between us.
Yeah.
And none of the guys have ever stopped loving music. So the
most
answer is
important
yes.
thing.
Everybody has played, but
On different
from that
levels.
wedding drunk playing to maybe some kind of serious scene to a world scene.
Troubadour.
So yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I remember talking to you, Tobias. I think it was just a couple of weeks after On the Run was released. It was a huge success. I think everybody that heard the song first time was like, "Holy shit, what is this?" And we're not talking. I think we're talking months after that. You were playing together with Kiss.
Yeah, maybe not months, but yeah, almost. Yeah,
I mean-
it's kind of crazy.
You have to tell us about that. I mean, even if you were active in the 80s and 90s, and even if you've been, playing music for a long time, going on stage, same stage with Kiss.
Yeah.
Try to explain to the guys at Tell Us Rock what's that like.
Well, would you give it a try?
Yeah, I'll give it a try because it's a stage. You go up, and the most absurd moments was before we played. when there was they married a couple at stage. Gene and Paul is marrying a couple and throwing pics, you know, and we're like, all right, they're doing a sound check and marrying a couple. And then we're going up and doing our thing, and it's fucking amazing with the crowd. And when we played Tomorrow and all the lights on the mobile phones came on, you know, chills still about that. And then we're like, you gotta get a photo up with Kiss. And we're like, fucking shit. Going down all sweaty, makeup everywhere, like, hey guys. And Gene is like, and Paul is like,
fuck off.
And Tommy Thayer is like, nice cake guys, and fist bump, and we're like, photo op, and then we're gone. But you know,
it was a really funny thing that, as you mentioned, it's like you get a chance as a if you pay a lot of money as a fan, you get the possibility to take a photo with Kiss, right?
Of course.
And there's like this is like a factory. You walk on the line and they go like, okay, photo, get off, next. And as a support band, we got like maybe 3 seconds more than the regular fan did. So we walk in there and they're standing behind us, you know, Kiss standing like in their poses. And I was like, for me, it was a very, I guess, for all of us, but I was a huge Kiss fan back in the day,
God,
and still is. So for me, it was like, I know these guys. You know, Paul, he's been singing in my, you know, in my living room for ages. He doesn't know me, of course, but I know him. So the instant feeling is that you want to say something that they can remember you by, right?
Of course.
So I was like, as Marcus said, all sweaty, dripping of sweat. You know, I had these big feathers. They could tell that I wasn't just a fan. You know, we're probably the sport band, the sport act. Anyway, so I said, for some reason, I say mainly to Paul and Gene, like, hey guys, I think I got them warmed up for you, sweat and all that. And Paul Stanley goes like this. Yeah, and Gene does this.